Hello students, in this class we will discuss about the full wave rectifier. Last class we will discuss about the half wave rectifier. In that name itself it controls only half, but here we will control the full wave, complete full wave. That means it will control positive wave as well as negative wave. So in order to do this, we are using two diodes. One is diode 1, another one is diode 2. Diode 1 is used for control the positive cycle and diode 2 is used for control the negative cycle. So, and you know that this is the positive supply. This positive supply is given to the transformer. This is the center tapped transformer. Look at here, center tapped transformer. It can divide into two parts. This is the one part and this is the another part. And this center tapped transformer, secondary side is step up transformer. It is this secondary side is more than the primary side. Almost 2 times of the primary side turns, right? And this one part is connected to the diode 1, here the diode 1, and second part is connected to the diode 2, and the center part is name it as a terminal B. The first part diode 1 terminal call it as A, call it as C, and this will be connected to the our load. This is our load. Load is R, that's why it is called RL. Okay. This is the construction of our full wave rectifier. So in the last class, half wave rectifier, we are using only single diode. Now we will discuss what happened for individual cycle. For positive half cycle, for example, input is the positive half cycle. Positive half cycle, take it as it is a plus and minus. So it will be generated here. Here the generation will be here plus and minus, and here also plus and minus, because this is the center tapped transformer. It will use the signs starting plus minus, again plus minus. Okay, this part will be better to draw again here for positive half cycle, this plus minus and plus minus. Look at here, this positive is connected to diode 1, positive is connected to diode 1, that's why diode 1 is forward biased, and this is the ideal diode, that's why diode 1 is short. Diode 1 is acts as a short circuit, and this is connected to the load. And here the negative supply is connected to the P semiconductor. Then it becomes reverse bias. Reverse bias means, look at here, this diode 2 is open circuited. Diode 1 is short circuited, diode 2 is open circuited. Then what happened? The total supply induced will be entering into the load, and negative part is coming into here. And from this part the supply will be never entering into the load. Then the current will be, if you observe here, current will be flow like this. The current will be flow like this. This is the path of the current. This is the path of the current. Current will be flow like this. Understand? This is the current I0, that means load current, and there is no current, there is no flow for the current because it is the open circuit. So for positive half cycle, if you observe here, for positive half cycle we can write like this, that is, for positive half cycle the current flows like this. The current, output current follow the path, that is point A and diode 1 and RL and the B point. A is the positive terminal, B is the negative terminal, right? So look at here, look at the waveform. For this we are discussion for the positive half cycle. For this positive half cycle, total part will be induced at and positive and negative. That's why the waveform is like this. And next we will look into the negative waveform. For example, if the negative half cycle is given from the supply, just in order to understand this, for negative half cycle, for example, negative half cycle, take it like this, negative half cycle. So here, whenever you are applying negative half cycle to the center tap transformer, here the induced signs will be negative and positive, here negative and positive. Now you will redraw the circuit for the negative half cycle. Look at here, this is for negative half cycle. So if you observe here, for negative half cycle, here negative supply is connected to the P semiconductor, P type semiconductor, then automatically this will be open circuited. Look at here, this will be open circuit. This is the diode 1. And next here, this positive supply is given to the P terminal. That's why it is the short circuited, forward bias. So D2 is the short circuited. Then the supply will be, this will be open, this will be short. So the current flow from this part is, this is the open circuit, there is no path for the current. But what about this? The current will be flow like this. The current is from this negative supply to and load resistor to again the negative supply. The path directions is like this. The path is follow this direction through the load to the again supply. So this will be follow the load current is follow the path is like this. The path is again I0 is the load current. That load current follow the path. That path will from C to D2. D2 means from diode to, from that RL, from RL to B. This is the negative half cycle. This is the negative half cycle of the flow. So if you observe here, positive half cycle is entered from this part, negative half cycle also entered from this part, starting position. Then automatically I can draw like this. So for this negative cycle, again it will induce the pulse only, but in the reverse direction. Why it is in reverse direction? Because the current entering from this terminal only. If the current is entering from this terminal, then again it will be only negative only. So this is for the negative half cycle. If you observe here, again from 2.5 to 3.5, it is a positive half cycle input, then it will be induces positive half cycle. From 3.5 to 4.5, it is the negative half cycle, again it will be positive half cycle. Like that it will follow. If you draw the current also, if you draw the diagram for the output current also follow the same phenomena. Current will also follow the same phenomena. That phenomena is simply for positive, because load is the R load. For that R load, the current will be the maximum and become like that. Current will be like that because entering from that terminal only. You can take the maximum point, you can take the zero starting point, you can take the time period in radians. So this is the working of the full wave rectifier. Look at here, we are giving the sinusoidal AC, but we are getting here pulsating DC. Here, if you observe here, this DC is repeated from the 0 to 5. You can take this pulse time period t equal to 5. So time period for this is the, you can take, better to take the 5. Okay, time period is 5. For every time period of pi, the pulse will be repeated. This is 2-5, and this is the 3-5, and this is the 4-5. So the pulse will be repeated like this. So now you have to understand, this is the pulsating DC, right? For half wave circuit, half wave rectifier, there is no pulse for the negative half cycle of input. Here we will write some parameters regarding this full wave rectifier. First is, we can write the average voltage. First you can write the average voltage. The another name is the DC voltage, or the DC voltage. For this, the formula for the average voltage is simply, we can take the average total time period, the repeated of the pulse. Is only time. Once again you will draw the formula 1 by t, 0 to t vi sin omega t. Here the pulse will be repeated. If you observe here, that is the pi, and we will write this is the 1 by pi, and repeat for the 0 to 5 Vm sin omega t and the d omega t. We are missing the d omega t here. If you are doing the simplification, you will get the average voltage or DC voltage is 2 Vm by 5. Please do the calculations. So I will do here, but it will take the time taking. In order to understand the better way, you will do the calculations. Next, RMS voltage for the full wave rectifier. So here the RMS voltage represented by Vrms, that is same formula we already written in the half wave rectifiers, that is 1 by t, 0 to t vi d omega t, but vi square omega t. So here 1 by t means 1 by 5, time period is 0 to 5, and input is Vm square sin square omega t d omega t. So by doing the calculation, you will get RMS voltage is Vm by root 2. This is the RMS voltage of the full wave rectifier. Next, by using the currents also follow the same path like the voltages. For first, average current or DC current, directly by using this, I average equal to 2Im by 5. Next, RMS current equal to IRMS equal to Im by root 2. Okay, and we will write some more factors. The next factor is the peak factor. Already we discussed about the peak factor. What is the formula? Peak value by RMS value. Peak value by RMS value. What is the peak value? Peak value is Vm. RMS value is Vm by root 2. That is the root 2. That value is 1.41 like that. Next, form factor. Next is the form factor. That is RMS value by average value. So these ratios are important in the exam point of view as well as competitive point of view. Thus, RMS value is here Vm by root 2 and the average value is 2 Vm by 5. By doing the calculation you will get 1.11 ratio. And the ripple factor generally formula is AC by DC. Generally AC by DC. Okay, AC by DC. So by doing that you will get 0.483. And efficiency. Next is the efficiency. So we can write the efficiency is 81.2% has efficiency. Next is transformer utilization factor. Transformer utilization factor. Here transformer utilized very effectively, that is 0.574, but in that very less, I think approximately 0.27 in half wave rectifier. Peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage is 2 Vm. Why 2 Vm? So just observe here. Here, if this is the open, this is for example in half wave rectifier peak inverse voltage, whenever diode is reverse biased, the storage capacity of the diode. So here generally this is shorts. Actually this will be connected like this. The complete voltage will be, observe here, the complete voltage will be through this supply is Vm. Through this supply will be open circuit, means this has some voltage Vm, and this supply is this is minus Vm, and this supply is Vm and this supply is Vm, 2 Vm. So in full wave rectifiers peak inverse voltage must be 2 times of the maximum voltage of the supply. 2 times of the maximum voltage of the supply. But in half wave it requires only Vm, because there is only one supply is there. Due to the center tap transformer, due to our requirement, here induces 2 peak voltages or peak currents. That's why it is become 2 times of the maximum voltage. 2 times of the maximum voltage. So this is about the full wave rectifier. Okay. So compare half wave rectifier with the full wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier has more advantages. Full wave rectifier is very much advantageous than the half wave rectifier. In the point of view, the transformer utilization as well as efficiency as well as the factors. Okay, just compare both and half wave and full wave, you will have clear idea about the difference between half wave rectifier as well as full wave rectifier. Okay, this is about the full wave rectifier. Okay, the next rectifier is the bridge rectifier. This bridge rectifier is also the full wave rectifier. This is also one of the full wave rectifier. The previous rectifier is the bridge type full wave rectifier. The previously we are discussing about the center tapped, that is center tapped full wave rectifier. But here is the bridge type. It's look like a bridge. Look at here. It's look like a bridge. This is the input. This is the output. We need to get the output, and these are the bridges. We are using 4 diodes. 4 diodes. But in case of center tapped full wave rectifier, we are using only 2 diodes. This is the 4 diode. This is the advanced version of the full wave rectifier. Okay, here it's look like a bridge. Diode 1, diode 2, diode 3, diode 4. It's look like a bridge. It's look like a bridge. That's why it is called bridge rectifier. So we have to discuss same full wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier means you know that about this full wave rectifier. So first we will look at what happened for positive half cycle. First for positive half cycle. The waveforms are same as the full wave rectifier. Waveforms are look like these waveforms, but what is happen in the internal operation we have to look in deeply. For positive half cycle, this become a positive and this become positive. And if you, this positive supply will be here, this positive supply is given to the diode 1, this will be short circuited, and this diode, the positive supply is reverse bias, that's why it will be open. Understand? What about this negative? The negative supply has to given here. Then for this negative supply, it is short circuited, it is open circuited. So once again you redraw this. If you redraw this, it's look like this. So we are giving the supply, and this is the short and this is the open, and this is also a short, and this is the open, right? This is the supply, this will be the load, connected to load. Now you are observing here plus and minus. Assume that if you observe here, the current flow is, so this is the circuit, and the current flow is like this. Observe here, the current is flowing from this point to this point. Here open, there is no path, then current will choose this path. Here is open, so current will be entered like this. This is the V0. Next, negative, and after that current will be flow like this. And this is the path for the current, and again this current will be flow like this. This is the plus and minus. This is starting point is the positive, ending point is the negative. Once again look at here, the current will be flow like this. This is for the positive half cycle. Here for positive half cycle, you will better to write the path, then you will understand very easily. Here the current will be flow like this. Better to take ABCD. Yes, ABCD is better to take. This take the A and B, this terminal B, this terminal C, and this terminal is D. And for positive half cycle, I will write the path here. The current will be A from diode 1 and B, next load, and load to D, D to C, and C to source. This is the path. Follow this current path. This current path will be followed like this. This is for positive half cycle, and look at it, simply entering in like this. So you can write for the negative half cycle also. So for negative half cycle, same thing you have to write for the negative half cycle, and for negative half cycle again the directions will be changed. Negative half cycle means negative is upper side and positive is lower side. Then for this negative half cycle, negative is here, positive is here. Okay. For negative half cycle, this will be short circuited and this will be open circuited. For positive half cycle, D3 is short circuited, this will be open circuited. Again, redraw the diagram, you will understand very clearly. So that's why I am going for the redraw. So this is the path, and the diode D1 will be open circuited actually, and D4 will be short circuited, and D2 will be open circuited, and D3 will be short circuited. So do this. Okay, and wherever the short circuit, this is right D4 and this is right D3. Here also, here this is the D1, this is the D2. Right, again you draw this, and this will be entering into the load. This will be load. This will be the load. So here the supply is input. Generally this is the negative supply. That's why it is short circuited. Don't forget that. That's why it will be open circuited. Right. So this better take negative and positive. Right. Now we will look into the current path. So for the current path, look at here. The current will be flow like this. Current will be entering into this point, and there is no path for the current. That's why it choose this path, and there is no path here. That's why I choose this path. And again, this current will be entering into our load. From this load, again current will be entering into this path, and from this path to current will be flow like this. So better to put symbols. Current will be follows this path. Understand? And you can write the path also. So better to write this title for negative half cycle. This is for negative half cycle. Now you can write the path here. You can write the path here. The path is like this. The path is, better to use the terminals. So take it as terminals A, B, C, D. Now you will understand very easily. The current path is first entering into the C terminal, then D3 to B terminal, and B to D, D to D4, D4 to A. This is the current path for the negative half cycle. Don't think too much about this. Just assume positive and negative signs. Then apply to the which is forward bias and which is reverse bias. Then you will understand. If you observe here, for the first path, it entering into the current is positive. Here also the positive way. Current will be entering into the positive way and negative way. So automatically same pulse will be come here. So that's why waveforms are same waveform. This is the full wave rectifier. Again for the next path, follow this path. Again for the next is follow this. So this is for the bridge type rectifier. It's look like a bridge and number of diodes are 4. That is only the difference. And if you discuss the parameters, almost all the parameters are same, but one parameter is different, that is the transformer utilization factor is there. Here generally we will use the transformer, and peak inverse voltage also. Peak inverse voltage and transformer utilization factor is a small difference here, otherwise all the parameters are almost same. Okay, so this is about the bridge type rectifier. In the bridge type rectifiers you need to write the same parameters as center tapped full wave rectifier. So in this full wave rectifier, better to take in the bracket, you have to write center tapped full wave rectifier. Then the understanding is very easy. Okay. So this is about our full wave rectifiers class. Okay. I think all of you understand this class. Thank you.